Alright, I just wanted to show you some of the progress that I've made on the software for the store. Um, Alright, so this is what it's looking like right now. And this is mainly just for, I gotta have an application like this that'll open up a database and show all the stuff, at least for debugging purposes. Yeah, so it loads up a database, which is just this guy right here. It's just a single file, and so you have these tables, and you can see this is where you edit the rows. And this isn't how you would actually use it. This, like I said, this is just for so I can get started on the data structures and stuff. But it lets you. So, for instance, I can add one. Not Glen. And so you can also remove entries and update entries. And you can actually detach this window right here, because some of these tables have a lot of columns. That just helps. And I know it doesn't make a lot of sense right now, especially because you have all these numbers right here. In the beginning of most of these tables, you'll have at least one, but like this one is just nothing but numbers. It's just a relational matrix. So these would be your room selections. So this is the room UID would just be a unique number for each room, and then every room has to be associated with a job. And then I'm going to have other tables, which are like granite selection tables, floor selection tables, backsplash selection tables, shower selection tables. And so basically the room table ties, is going to have its own unique identifier. And it's going to tie these selections to this room, and it's going to tie this room to this job. And the job will tie it back to your customer, builder, template, quote, invoice. So that's what all these numbers are. They're just, I know it looks weird, and it's weird for me to even think about because I haven't done a whole lot with relational databases, but it took a while just to get this front end up and running so I could start to work with it. And also, before I go any much further, I want to make sure I got all the tables are going to have values that I have to make sure that they're all organized properly. Because look at this nonsense. So to create the table, if it doesn't exist, you got to do all that. And like the order matters. Like which one you put before the next one has to stay the same. You'd have to change that. You would have to come down here and change that. So you'd have to change your creation string. You'd have to change your insert string. You'd have to add another line there. And then on your update, you'd have to change this and put another line. So it's a lot of stuff you have to do just to add or remove one column. is not that easy to do, and it's and making so many small changes can it can create an error somewhere that's hard to find, because like right now if I click the build button, which will build the application, it'll go through and it'll work just fine. But let's just say I mistype and say UI instead of UID here, and I hit build, it's still going to build just fine. And that has to do with this being SQL. So this string is sent to a whole other application which processes it. But the thing is, you're not going to get an error, and then the whole thing's going to crash when you do get this error. You're not going to get that error until you click that update button. So it can be, that's kind of the reason I'm kind of cautious on setting up these tables, so I don't have to try to fix it later. But yeah, I just wanted to show you that I am working on it. I have made some progress. I want to make some more progress though. If I can get some more time Saturday or Sunday after I get some of these reports done, I will get back to working on it. Yeah, I just wanted to show you that.